Good morning, and welcome to the final installment of Unspoken Exit. Whether you've been with the series from the very beginning or you're just tuning in now, thank you for holding space for some of the hardest conversations we often avoid. The ones about pain, silence, identity, and survival. Over the last several episodes, we've named things that we're told to keep quiet. We've we've peeled back the layers of shame, stigma, culture, trauma, and truth. We've spoken the unspoken. In doing so, we've begun to reclaim our stories. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've been exploring together. We started by naming the silence, the ways family, cultures, systems, and even our own minds teach us not to speak about certain things. We then sat with the reality of suffering, how trauma, grief, mental health struggles often go unseen and unacknowledged. From there, we explored the power dynamics at play: abuse, internalized depression, marginalization, and the emotional costs of surviving in silence. We've explored our sexuality, our faith, our gender, our race, not as isolated experiences, but as overlapping and interconnected parts of our full selves. We've looked at endings of relationships, identities, illusions, and even the concept of death. And not just as loss, but as transition, as transformation. What's been most important throughout this series is this: you do not have to disappear to be loved. You do not have to silence your truth to belong. And you do not have to carry your pain alone. This exit series was never about giving easy answers. It was about starting the conversation, one that many of us have never had the space, the safety, or language for. What now? So where do we go from here? Well, step one is rest. If you made it this far, it means that you've faced some very real emotions. You felt your body respond to memories, anger, confusion, grief, and maybe even relief. Allow yourself to pause, breathe, let it settle, let it integrate. Step two is reclaiming your voice. You've heard mine through this series, but now it's your turn. Whether that's journaling, speaking to a therapist, sharing with a trusted friend, or expressing yourself creatively, find a way to bring your inner world out. Step three, let's reconnect. Isolation feeds shame. Community fosters healing. That doesn't mean you have to share your story with everyone, but find at least one person, space, or group where you can be more fully yourself. Even if it's messy, even if you're not ready to talk. Step four, recommit to life. This one's hard. If you found yourself questioning the point of it all, you're not alone. By committing to life, that doesn't mean ignoring your pain. It means honoring it and still choosing to move forward. One step, one breath, one day at a time. Here's some tangible actions you can take as you close the series. Write a letter to yourself from the version of you who survived. What do they want to know? What do they want you to know? Choose one thing that's been unspoken in your life and speak it out loud to the mirror, in a voice memo, in a journal, or to someone you trust. Create a survival map, a list of things, people, and practices that have helped you make it through your darkest moments, and keep it close. Schedule a check-in with your therapist or mental health provider. Or if you haven't worked with one yet, take that first step. You're allowed to have support. Revisit your boundaries. Ask yourself, what do I need to stop tolerating silence? If you want to continue this work, here are some books, some practices, and some communities I recommend. As a trauma therapist, The Body Keeps the Score by Dr. Basil van der Kolk. It's not just for therapists, it's written in a way for lots of folks to understand. Other one is All About Love by Bell Hooks, or Permission to Feel by Mark Brackett. There's one that I'm not all that familiar with, but it does come highly recommended. My Grandmother's Hands by Rasma Rasma M. Can't think of the name right now. It'll come to me, I promise. But I believe it's Rasma M. There's a couple of podcasts. Therapy for Black Girls, the Trauma Therapist podcast, and We Can Do Hard Things are 3 podcasts that I would recommend. So some of the practices that might be beneficial to look into is EMDR therapy, somatic experiences, meditation and breath work, guided journaling or expressive art. And for my folks that are into energy work, shadow work. Shadow work as a therapist, as a light worker, shadow work can be an amazing experience with the right guide. And then there are community supports, local peer support groups. So this could be grief, trauma, LGBTQIAA+, same gender loving or same sex loving, survivors of what have you, 12 steps. Then there's online communities like the Mighty or Reddit threads for healing. Faith-based or spiritual communities that affirm your truth. To every part of you that has felt unseen, unspoken, unwanted, I see you, I honor your survival, I respect your process. You are not broken, you are not too much, and you are definitely not alone. The Exit series may be coming to a close, but the real work, the healing, the reclaiming, the reimagining, all of that continues. And you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to keep choosing you. So take this moment to thank yourself. Not for surviving, but for being brave enough to face what's been unspoken. And for imagining something more. You're allowed to heal. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to begin again. Thank you for being here. And I look forward to seeing you all in my next series, whatever the hell that might be. I hope you all have a wonderful, amazing rest of this beautiful day, and I'll see you soon.